It's not moving. Prepare.
We're live.
We're live. Doesn't show me that. Hello, everybody. This is Eliz-Sha Keating from wisdomseekers.net. And we are going to do an interactive. And yes, I know it's really early, but I actually have a reading to do later on in the day, and it's very tricky because it's in Australia, right? So our timing is, we have to be very careful of the timing. So that's why we're doing it early today. How are you, Maddie? And I love your earrings. Tell us about your earrings.
My friend Lily bought them for me for my birthday. They're very pretty, aren't they?
They are. They're very lovely. Do they have any symbology that you know of as well, or?
Not that I know of, no.
Well,
she got me these ones in a white pair, but because I was wearing a white top, I didn't think I should put a white pair on.
It'd be very pretty, actually, but it probably wouldn't show up as well. Let me see, because they're not letting me see again. Don't you just?
And more bad news this week. My
Oh,
Bubba cat died. I'm so sad.
it is.
Although it's not as bad as it could be because I'm not watching him walk around and be very sick anymore.
That's hard. That's wrong with
It was really hard to watch him. So it kind of eases the blow. But the sad thing of it is he died on the way to the vet from stress from being in the cat carrier because he hated being contained in anything. On one hand, I feel kind of guilty that I killed them.
I think it was his time.
On the other hand, my friend that drove me said, Maddie, think about it. If we would have got him to the vet, they would have had him on all kinds of medications. You would have had to pay for blood tests, for x-rays. She said, if you think that what you had to pay for his cremation was bad, which it wasn't, but she said it could have been in the thousands of dollars, which is true.
Well, when we took our dog in 20 years ago, it cost me $1,100. So the fact is,
that's how much it cost us that much the last time we had Bubba in the vet. And I said to her, I said, maybe it's a good thing that he passed away before we get here. I said, because I bet you dimes to dollar there was a red flag beside his name. She looked at me and she goes, there was. From the last time he was in there when we got Charlie and he got the crystals.
Oh, and he's cranky.
They made us come and pick him up 3 days early because he wouldn't let anybody near him ever, except for me and Ted.
He was not socially adept.
No, he was not a social cat, that's for sure.
No.
My little tribute to him was how many people you had up against the walls, or how many times I had friends over that spent the night that yelled at me at 3 o'clock in the morning to be let out of the bedroom because you were barricading them in. I said, or my grandkids who would refuse to walk by you and would literally walk around to the back of the house just so they didn't have to walk past him.
I think there was a lot of people like that.
Oh, a lot. And that would be my sign outside was appropriate, saying, beware of cat.
Yeah. I mean, he never attacked me, but I kind of ignored him too.
Yeah. He was pretty good with guys. He didn't mind men so much.
So it must have been a woman that.
I don't think he liked women a whole lot because it took him a good 7 years to warm up to me, I think.
Yeah, well, it's like Tolly, right? He doesn't like men. And he doesn't like men. And if you've got a hockey stick or a shovel, he goes crazy. So
yeah, and I'm afraid my poor little Charles over here is
lonely,
noticing that his brother is gone, because I don't know if it was a tear that I wiped from his eye this morning from crying, or if it was just a tear from the weather, or I don't know, but I think it was a tear.
I am confused. I'm sorry. There we are.
We're still live, so just keep talking.
Yeah,
I
there's
can see the little live button up there.
we've got two people saying hello, but I can't get it on my computer.
Oh, well, oh shoot. Okay, well, let me go there. Hey, it's 111.
Is it?
111.
Shoot, that's a powerful energy. I can,
Again.
yeah, I just changed.
I can see the little live button up there. Cassie D says, hello, ladies.
Hey,
Terry Alvalos says, how are you doing? Hi, ladies. How are you doing?
we're doing pretty good. Hi, Aram.
Oh, you can see that now?
No, you can keep going.
I just say, because Aram Latif says hi.
Yeah.
That's it so far.
Okay, that's good. So we will talk about the energy. And I know I was out and about in public, which I never do, for the last 2 days. And well, I live in a small town that has a lot of churches. So it was very funny because I have
if you're looking for a place for churches or yoga places, you've come to the right city.
We've got so many ley lines that cross here. That's why, right? Plus we have Mount
Ida,
which is a spiritual mountain, has been before all us white people came.
which is on a huge rock of quartz crystal.
Yeah, and it's also has a thermal on it.
Hi, Jen. Jen Preston's.
Hi, Jen.
They feel grief just as we do. I'm sure he knows his brother is not there. I'm sorry, Maddie. I hope you ladies are doing well. Thanks, Jen.
Yeah.
I'm not used to the Jen because I know you as Jennifer.
Yeah, I think it's just easier writing it. But I noticed that there were a lot of people would come by and they'd look at my stuff because a lot it's dragons and wolves and unicorns and tarot cards, and they'd walk by and they'd look at my stuff and they go and keep on walking. It was quite hilarious. And I don't know if this is the wrong thing to say, but the Mennonite women, they were really nice to talk to. They didn't come and look down their noses at me at all. We sat. I had some really good conversations with the Mennonite ladies, and that's a pretty strong religious base.
Yeah.
Area. So that was
that one lady that stopped by when I was there was pretty chatty, and
yeah,
she was pretty nice.
And then a few people who were of our persuasion, yeah, but they were all afraid to talk. The spiritual people, except for the Native Americans. I talked to a few Native Americans, or I'm not sure what we're supposed to call them anymore.
Who knows? I don't know what to call anybody anymore.
And
people, you're people.
Yeah, and I had really good conversations with the Native Americans as well, which is kind of cool. Because
Yasmin says, hey, Yasmin Fox, she wants to know, what does Mateo think about me?
Same thing as last time, but we'll see. He hasn't really changed his energy a lot, honestly. I'm sorry. He kind of looks at you and goes,
perhaps it's time for you to move on and find somebody that's going to return your affections.
Women are really dumb, honestly, because I've seen women
when it comes to men. Yeah, we are. We're stupid when it comes to men.
We really are. And honestly, he looks at you. Mateo looks at you and goes, I don't understand. Why?
Maybe if you put your energy someplace else, that would encourage him to want to come around you.
Yeah, I keep telling people they like to hunt. And really, nobody listens to me, but men like to hunt. And
he's just interested in what he thinks about her, that's all.
Okay. So what he thinks about you? He's unsure. He's uncomfortable. because he doesn't understand what you are and who you are to him. And he's also a little bit like a fly or a moth that's drawn to the light. But beyond that, beyond the curiosity and stuff, he's not deep. I would like him to be deep, but 99% of men are not as deep as women.
Yeah, I would just say don't waste any more energies.
Yeah, unfortunately.
No, everybody agrees with me about women are stupid when it comes to men.
You really are. I don't know how.
I don't know. What is that? Like, why? Why? We're all very intelligent, capable women.
See, like I 1, 2, 3 men in my life I fell in love with. 5 years take me to get over them. The first guy I dated for 2 months. I don't get it. I mean, we stayed friends until he passed away a few years ago. And honestly, after a while, I was so thankful I hadn't gone into a relationship with him, because he was cranky.
So Cassie D is saying the Virgo started to communicate with me again because this time he set aside to do the inner work promised to himself is up. Will he ask me out soon?
I think he might actually. Could I make a suggestion? And this is not psychic. This is having talked to women for years and years and years. He may ask you out. Don't put any credence into it until he's actually put in the emotional. He's actually put in. It's easy to say things, but you want to watch his actions. So he might invite you out, but watch his actions before you start to get any ideas about whether it's worthwhile or not. All right? Because I've seen it so many times. The men will come back, and then they'll get to an area where they're really close and they vanish. And it's a fear of being close to others. They don't seem to have the ability. There's a avoidant attachment, I think it's called.
I'm just going to turn my heat down.
Okay. It's avoidance attachment. So it becomes a cycle. It goes over and over and over again. And if he's done the work, you will know. You will know exactly what's that he has, because he will have grown and changed and become more. Well, I say it's actually you become less because your ego is less involved. So good luck to you, though. It would be really nice to hear some positive. And I have been hearing positive in the last couple of months, back and forth. And I think it has to do with the healing of the masculine feminine energy, that men are allowing themselves to heal. And because the men are allowing themselves to heal, the women are trying to heal with them. At least the women who know about spirituality, they're trying to heal with.
So I was listening to something the other day that said that the men need the women to heal first so they can go back and help the men heal.
Well, that's the way of spirituality, right? In the card of the lovers, in my cards, they're all, the woman is looking up to heaven, right? And the man is looking at the woman. It is the woman's job to bring the man in, and from then he is drawn up to heaven, or spiritual energy, and then he helps her. I call it bootstrapping, but that is the traditional role we've had since the beginning of time, and I don't see it changing. But and once a man becomes spiritual, it's really hard to keep up with them, because they go really fast. When a man becomes spiritual, aware, and that's not the same as religious. When a man becomes spiritually aware, they are they're just so drawn in. Anyhow,
Mhm.
let's go
So
on.
we have Kayanet.
Hyannet, I think it's pronounced.
Kayanet. What is coming for my connection with C? Waiting for her to reach out. Thanks.
Something might occur around the Christmas time, and it may possibly be it's Christmas time. I'm reaching out to you, but behind that, I think there's a hope that something will happen. It's still in its, how do I say this? In its infancy stage. It's not full blown. I know this is what I want. This is what we're going to do. It's still a daydream scenario for her. So what I would suggest is bring yourself up to the fifth dimension, reach out to her, tell her how you feel. And if she starts to become wobbly in the fifth dimension, pull back. But she will know what you're feeling. I should be looking that way. She will know what you're feeling, and subconsciously know, and the connection, because she's afraid, she's not very secure in her own personal desires or knowledge. She doesn't know herself well enough to be sure of herself. So if you tell her, and she doesn't trust herself, so if you tell her in the higher dimensions how you feel, she may have a stronger affinity to trust. Okay. And it's herself she doesn't trust. It's not you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Cassie D says thank you. Aram Latif, can you tell me what is up with me? I am not focused. I know a lot is happening within me, but this is just too much.
Iram, you're just burned out. And
You say it's the energies that are going around too, and all the crap going on in the universe. It's like kicking the hell out of all of us, I think.
It really is, because we're moving up fast. Things are changing. We don't actually know where we're headed to, because I don't think the universe is focused in on what we're heading for either. We have a vague idea, and I was watching a TikTok the other day, yesterday, I think, and they said there's a massive timeline shift coming, which means we don't know where we're going.
Plus, the 1212 portal is coming up too. And that's
Yeah,
a massive energy
that's in 2 days.
shift right there.
Yeah, and then the 21st of December, which is the
Solstice.
solstice.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
that's the return of the king. If you class the sun as the king, it's the return of the, let's call it the return of the royals. So there's a huge amount of energy. It doesn't matter what part of the world you're in, it's going to affect and change everything big time.
Yeah. Jennifer Schwab says, hello, ladies. Tay Tay, hello. Any messages from her guides?
Let me see. Okay, this is really strange. They gave me an image of fishing. And I think what they're trying to tell you is you're doing really well. Don't go too fast. Take some time out and just fish. And fishing is a really good way to meditate, right? So they're not exactly, maybe not telling you to go meditate, but I know when I used to go fishing, you throw it out, you reel it in, you throw it out, you reel it in, and you're all by yourself, right? There might be people 10 feet away from you, but you're all by yourself and you're meditating and you're calm and you're at peace in nature. And I think that's what they would like you to do, is make sure you don't overstimulate yourself. Okay. Enjoy, be calm in your center. All right.
Kayanet says thank you. Aram Latif says true. I'm assuming when we were talking about the energies are kicking everybody's ass right now.
Yeah. And Irem
Jennifer,
is a
sorry?
really Irem is a really powerful energy worker too, I know. So she plus because she's empathic, she picks up everybody else's energy as well. So it might be that you need to figure out what energy is yours, help the people you can help, and shove the other energy past. Let it
But
go.
also remember to ground yourself every day too, and to
Yeah.
cover yourself with a white light or whatever light
Yeah.
you choose to
Yeah.
help ward off some of those energies.
Because sometimes we have to just realize we can't help everybody. Some people are going to come in and they're going to listen to you, and they look like they're going to be open with it and go with it, and then they get home and you hear this yak 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 yak. You go, okay, so they weren't ready to hear that. So yeah. And also too, another thing that's happening people may not realize is our especially around the 15th, our psychic abilities are opening up even more, which with you're not used to it. Well, one lady I know, she says, oh, I've been hearing words. And another lady said, I can't I see pictures I've never seen before. And that's not just those one or two people, it's everybody. So pay attention. Maybe if you're a dreamer, your dreams will get more vivid or something like that, but they will become stronger. And I know this is happening because I know I can see it within myself. All right. Thanks, Maddie.
Okay, Jennifer Schwab.
Jennifer.
I've always wondered after I had a miscarriage in 2009 of my daughter why I couldn't get pregnant again. It was sad for me and my daughters. Thank you.
Yeah, that is sad. But I think in this case, the child that came in and was miscarried in 09 didn't want to come into the physical at that time, but wanted to be attached to you. So if you look around your energy when you meditate, you'll find that you have this little spirit there with you. And I suspect it's a little girl because I'm seeing blonde, blue-eyed kind of look with kind of ringlets, and they grow very slowly on the other side. So if she was 9, that's 11, 12, 13, 14, she'd be about 6 or 7 on the other side. Not so you would be you still have you're still being the mother to this child, just she's in the physical, not in the physical. All right.
Aram says thank you. My world. Hello. Do you
I
see anything good coming for me and Arash in like a good romantic relationship?
Gosh. He's very tempted, that's for sure. He's he's skittish. And I think unfortunately in the climate we have in society today, many men are skittish because they've been burned really bad. And the best you can do is make sure you stay grounded when you talk to him, supportive. Tell him the truth, always the truth, but tell him the good things about himself. And he will get to the place where he feels confident and self-assured and will be willing to take the next step. And it has to do with how well he's allowed himself to leave behind other things. I'd like to say categorically, yeah, great, the relationship is set in stone, but I have found that that's never anybody says that, it's not a truth. But he does find you interesting and attractive. So do your best to make him feel
Patience.
strong and masculine. More testosterone
Patience.
a man has, the better it is for a relationship, as long as it's not too much. So like Jordan Peterson says, encourage them to be the dragon, and then encourage them to be the master of the dragon. In other words, encourage them to be very masculine and strong, and then encourage them to pull back and allow their feminine energy to come through. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, next is Silver Bangle. Hello, ladies. Any messages for my guides, please?
Okay, hey, Silver. So with Silver, I always see things happening in November. And I think something good's coming your way. I'm not sure what it is, but when one good thing happens, it's like dominoes. They will trip over itself. And more good things. Because I do know I saw, or either it was me or Aaron saw that there was somebody coming into your life. So if that person hasn't come into your life yet, something positive will happen in January, and he will come into your life stronger if you haven't already met him. So expect dominoes, effect of positivity for yourself in January. Okay.
Okay, so we have Barbara next. How did Michael feel when I went to his court appointment to meet him for the first time face to face? We met online.
Oh, I think he was I think he was quite shocked, actually. And I think he was quite so what they showed me was an image of going, like shocked. It was a pure shock, like he was stuck there. He couldn't move, but he wanted to run at the same time. He didn't know how to deal with the situation. And I suspect you were much more in control, and that threw him off even more because you were in control. So no matter what he said or how you thought he acted, inside it was like, you know, those cartoons when their arms go like that and they're trying to go two different directions at the same time. That's kind of what I saw. Like he's trying to run, he's trying to stay still, and he's trying to do. He was totally off balance, basically. That's what I got. Good luck with that, eh?
Tay says, okay, thank you, and I will keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Sarah says, if I leave a note on Diego's window of his blue truck or in his mailbox telling him to call me, how will he respond? Like, will he call me? I don't plan on leaving my name in the note because of his kids. Will he know it's you then?
He will know it's her, but at this point, I don't think he's ready to deal with it, because when you said that note, I saw him crumpling it up and tossing it. I don't think he's ready yet. I wouldn't recommend anything like this at this point in time.
And another one to say patience to. Be patient.
Yeah.
If this is the same guy I remember from the last one we did, his partner passed away, or the kid's mom.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah, well, take it from somebody who's been through a lot of death. It's going to take him a while. So just please be patient with him. Don't push him.
Exactly. And if his kids are old enough to read, then they're going to need a lot more attention than little kids that can be put to bed and say, don't worry, everything will be fine. So
Yeah.
I don't, and there's one thing I know from having done readings over quite a few years. Not much happens over Christmas unless it's already in the works. Most people, if it's something new, they put it off until January. And around the 15th of January, the new year, the energies of the new year will start to come in. 2024 is going to be a different year from 2023. Whether it's good or bad, I think will depend on your own energy. So just be patient. Sorry about that. And be open to seeing somebody new, which most people will go, no, I'm not. But if you can be open to having a different relationship. Okay.
All right. Next is Lila C. How is Mariella feeling now that I've told her that I live in the same city as her because I got my new apartment?
Oh, congratulations, Mariella. She doesn't actually know how to think about it yet. She's just letting it settle in. She's waiting to see how things shift and change, how it changes the relationship, whether you spend more time trying to contact her or not. She's not opposed to it. She's just in a wait and see mode. She's just not she's not committing yet. Okay. Sorry about that.
So the next is Alexis. How is DR, Libra man, feeling and dealing about his baby mama's death? Her name starts with an E and she's a Gemini.
Okay. I think he's avoiding as much as possible dealing with the baby mama's death. He's not, it hasn't, he won't let it in. He's pushing it out so that he's not dealing with it actually. Which means one of these days it's going to come in roller coaster all over him and he's going to be a mess. But at the moment, he's not dealing with it. He appears to be dealing with it, but it's not hitting him deeply. Sorry about that.
I know somebody's going through that right now too. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
The next is Karen W. Do you ever see me and Mr. Ali reconnecting in the future?
The longer it takes, the further apart you get. And I don't see the future shifting in that direction. But again, we're moving timelines. Another timeline might be something different. It's because, for instance, I remember Nelson Mandela dying. I remember hearing it on the news. And then I hear some 10 years later or 15 years later, he's president of South Africa. And I'm going, oh, I thought he was dead, but I didn't think more of it. But that's because we went through a timeline shift. So if you can go from dead to alive, you can possibly go from, and that's not going to happen, possibly, okay? Don't go on my word for it. Don't wait. Because at this present time, the gap is getting larger.
So next we have Seven Ocean Skies. Hi, good to see you.
It's been
Any
a while.
Pardon?
It's been a while since I've seen Seven Ocean Sky.
Any messages for me that I need to hear now?
Oh, probably lots. far as I can tell from the energy I've picked up with Seven Ocean, he's a very, very spiritual person. And he's also a bit headstrong, and he likes to do it his way. So they
Oh,
all
shocking. Oh, shocking that men would want to do that.
so he's always he's always nice to read for. And I always see mountains with him. So which probably means you still like to do it the hard way, okay? And your guides are chuckling when I said that. So yes, you still like to do it the hard way. What they're suggesting, well, I don't know why they would suggest it in such a cold weather, but I think they're suggesting that you spend time with the element of fire, which is like a fire, with you've got candles you like, or you have a fireplace, or you can sit outside and around a fire pit. Spend time with the element of fire, because for some reason, I think what you're doing is you're burning up old stuff. I could see papers burning, and when they're in the fire, they burn, and the black pieces come floating out. So I think that you're actually clearing up a lot right now, and they're suggesting you use the element of fire to do this. Once it's cleared up, you're going to move on to something brand new, and I don't know what it is because they're not telling me. But the old, you will build on it, but you're moving into something new. And you've got more talent, like I've been saying, more talent coming through. So whatever you're clearing up, it's almost cleared up. Enjoy it and move on, and be open to something brand new coming in. Good luck with that, Ocean.
So is this considered a second question from Aram?
Well, we'll come back to Aram if she doesn't mind, because Aram doesn't actually know that we only do one question per person.
Oh, okay.
So we'll come.
The next one then would be Jennifer Schwab. When I have seen her, she does have blonde hair and blue eyes. She looks like my daughter Taylor. She has come to me in dreams, and I feel her around me. I talk to her and her brother, who is with her.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's good. I didn't feel the boy, but that doesn't mean he's not there. It just means I didn't feel him.
Now
Congratulations.
we have Seven Earth Princess. Hello, any messages from my guides?
Let me see. You don't spend enough time looking after you and having fun and enjoying your life. And you spend too much time doing the right thing and not the best thing. And I know that sounds really funny. Don't pay attention to what society asks you to do. Pay attention to what your heart tells you to do. And with your heart tells you to go out and dance in the moonlight, go out and dance in the moonlight. Don't go, oh no, but that's not society. Society doesn't approve of that. Don't pay attention to that. Pay attention to what your heart tells you to do, because you're at a stage where you are moving out of society's rules into spiritual rules. You're moving from the third, fourth, fifth, where we are becoming the quantum we. But in the quantum we are expected or should do that which our heart tells us to do. So if you need to dance in the moonlight, dance in the moonlight. I hope that was clear.
Okay, Tarot Destroyer. Any messages for me from Eliad?
Elied, I think that's close.
Not sure. She's been on the other side for some time now.
Okay, let's see. It's a beautiful name. Yeah, she says she comes in and she's I think she's always been somebody who was a bit rushed, always a little bit behind the time with, I hope that's who I'm catching right now. And she's happy that you asked for her. She was very self-effacing, I think. She says, don't spend too much time worrying about me. Don't spend too much time mourning me. I'm doing well. And she says, we talk all the time. I don't know why you're asking for asking somebody else, because you and I were always talking together and when you talk it to her in your mind, she answers you, and that is you talking to her. And
So it's legit. It's a legit conversation. It's not just something you're making up in your head.
exactly. And I can guarantee, with you're thinking about somebody, they're thinking about you, and the conversations back and forth is happening. What makes it interesting is sometimes you clear crap up before you meet these people. When you meet them, everything's fine again because you cleared it up. She says, she kind of laughing at me because I got sidetracked, not laughing at me, but laughing like, you're funny lady. She wants you to know that her heart is open and she loves you. Okay.
Am I missing something here?
It's
I don't see a question from Andre M. All I see is the way she treats me. Oh, hello, beautiful ladies. Oh, I see. Never mind. I do have the. I do have it.
yeah,
Were
no,
you
but
done with? Sorry, were you done with Tarot Destroyer?
yeah, I think so.
Okay, so Andre M. Hello, beautiful ladies. Why has the way A changed so drastically recently? The way she treats me.
Okay. A the answer is always the same: fear. People go into fear and they don't know how to deal with the situation. So there's two things in the universe: there's love and there's fear, and one is an illusion. But as long as we live in the third, fourth dimension, there is going to be fear. And you said something, she misunderstood, misinterpreted, and she used that as an excuse to back off, and rather than deal with the situation. But it actually had nothing to do with that. It was the fact that you genuinely seemed to care for her, and she could not handle it. She's not used to it. And with you're not used to that being treated with respect and love.
Oh, you'd like to just go back and slap all these people that have treated people like crap and then turned them into fear mongers.
Yeah, really
You know,
sad.
it's sad. It really is sad.
And there's so many. The problem is that people look at other people from their own perspective. They don't look at them from what they actually mean. And if you've got a hook or a problem that the other, because I know this happened to me so many times when I was young. I'd be going along and I'd be doing nothing. And I'd have total strangers turn and yell at me because I hooked them. I had done nothing to them except be who I am, but who I was triggered them. But I hadn't, but it wasn't a bad thing I was doing. I was probably goofing around because I was kind of goofy. And so ultimately, when other people dislike you or act stupid, it's because they haven't dealt with their problems yet. And that's all there is to it. So basically, it's fear she's going. That's why she's treating you like that, and misunderstanding. Okay.
So we have Aram saying, okay, thank you. Thanks.
You can you talk to
me.
me.
We'll have time to go back for your question, I think.
Yeah.
Kane.
Kane, that's a cool name.
Kane says, any messages for me?
Okay. Aram
Thank
says,
you, Aram. Thank you.
Okay, Kane.
I'm just here filling time. I'm not really intuitive or anything. I'm the reader.
No, she is very intuitive. She just likes to pretend she's not. Every once in a while, I'll throw a question at her and I get her to answer. Do you watch?
Yeah, you do throw me under the bus a few times.
Yeah,
it's starting to snow again.
Oh no!
It's supposed to rain today and melt all this stupid stuff, but no.
We got up the hill last night. All the transports were putting on their chains. We got up the hill regardless. Thank God.
No, I'm glad I got home when I did.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I was thinking that. But when we got to a stop sign, Elle says, I'm not stopping. I said, there's no cars. Keep on going. Because it's on a hill and it was ice.
Oh yeah, that's what I would have done too. When I came home, the roads were pretty slick and I've got that downhill to go into. And I thought, if I'm sliding, I'm just going right through because I'm not trying to stop.
Well, and over here, thank God they'd already sanded around. Anyhow, let me go back to Cayenne.
Yes.
Kane. So, Kane, you're moving up a level. That's the first thing your guide said to me. You're moving up. And I think you're misinterpreting the signs. And they say you are.
So easy to do.
It really is, because the signs, they're kind of dumb sometimes. But you're misinterpreting because you feel like you're stumbling when actually you're just learning how to step in a new step up into a higher energy. And so you feel, and because it's new to you, you feel like you're wobbling back and forth. That's all it is. You're just adjusting to a new level of energy. It's don't try so hard. Sit back. If you have to, get a damn walker and use it until you've got your balance back in place, because it does take a lot of balance. And there's a trick too that a lot of people don't recognize. When you ground, when you're moving up, sometimes you want to ground up rather than down to the earth. Try always to get from the earth center, mix it with the higher energies, and that will help balance you. But if you're having a really hard time grounding to the earth, ground up. And I know that sounds strange, but it works.
Like how? Though you should maybe explain, like, see a light coming out to your head to the universe? Or?
Yeah. So you know how I'm always suggesting you pull in the energy through your crown to the star chakra, through your crown right to your toes. I recommend you do that.
This way, do it the other way. Go up.
You grab hold of it and let it pull you up. So what I do when I work with people, I ask them just to leave the pole, the the light down in your center of your being. I ask people to leave it and then just grab hold, ask it to pull you up. And when you get to the fifth dimension, look at all the crap that falls off, because certain vibrations cannot live in the fifth dimension because it's fast and this is slow. Fast and slow, they cannot vibrate together. You will find that grounding is so much easier that way once that stuff falls off. And of course, then you grab it and throw it up to the universe because you don't want it back. All right.
Jennifer Schwab says, I wonder if he decided to come into the third world, but not in my family. I don't know if you can still feel a past passed away from,
think
I don't
somebody,
know if you can still feel passed away from family member in spirit if they reincarnated here. He passed away in 1993.
yeah, you can, but he's probably back. And if he's not back, he's coming back to a peripheral family member, maybe a niece or a nephew or a cousin or something like that. So, yes, I do believe so.
And thank you again, Aram.
Aaron is a really super nice human being. If you ever get a chance to meet her, you will enjoy her a lot.
I bet you I would.
Yeah.
Ding Dong says, good evening. Any messages for me?
Let's see, Ding Dong. So for you, actually, grounding to the earth it's going to be of paramount energy for you. Put your energy into the earth, allow it to come up and sweep through you and clean out old energy. Allow yourself, as you ground to the earth, allow yourself to again stand up straight. And with you're listening to what I just said about the bar of light, bring that energy of the earth up, mix it with and pull yourself up to the fifth. You will find that that will help you. What's the word? It will help you become more aware of what's happening in your world, around your world. So it is it will help you move to the next step. And if you're not sure what the next step is,
just wait for it like the rest of us.
exactly, none of us know what the next step is. I really do not know what my next.
Just put your trust in the universe. That's what I do every single day now. It's like I have no idea what the hell's going on today, but I trust that the universe is going to make happen what needs to happen.
Yeah, then that's, you tell the universe, this is what I'd like, and then you go, okay, I'm not paying attention to it anymore. Just give me the next
But
step.
that's hard to do too. When you really want something, it is so hard to just put it out there and forget about it.
It really is. I'm not one of these people that does that.
It's a practice for sure.
Yeah. But certain things I can do that, no problem. Other things I go, I'm gonna go peek. I still don't get the answers right now, though I have in the past, but right now that the energy is so, it's like the fifth and the fourth are still dancing together. So things are
Still
unclear.
a very confusing time out there.
It is. And we've got at least another year to go, I think. Yay.
Well, from what I've been hearing, if you have a personal 8-year,
You've got an 8
it's
year.
supposed to be an easier year for you.
So, and you get that by putting your birth numbers together with the year that's coming.
Your birth date, your birth month, and your birth year.
Okay, if it comes out to
You
8,
add them all together if it comes up to a double digit, unless it's a master number, which would be like 333, 222, 444.
yeah.
Do not add them together. Just go with that. But if it's like 12 or something like that, add that together. You'll get a 3. So your year is 3.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool.
And then there's another way to calculate your number for your year. And I think it's just your birth date that you add together.
There's different schools out there for numerology. And
This is the one that I was just listening to the other day it's your life path number is your birth date, year, every month, all added to one.
Yeah.
Your birth year is your month and your birth date added together.
Yeah, but like I said, you might get the same information, but other people say it's differently. But because I've heard of different ways of doing it, I know that there are 9 and 1, 9 and 1, 9 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
So
And Andre said, thank you very much. Oh, Aram says, oh, thank you, Elijah. Andre says, thank you very much. I do believe she's not used to real care. And so men, a lot of women are, but then so are a lot of men, right? A lot of women are pretty vicious. A lot of men are pretty vicious.
Yeah, but how many people are out there protecting themselves because they're afraid?
Well, I know, but that's why, is because they've been treated like crap so much that they're
Yeah,
not trusting that there's something better out there.
yeah, and the thing that the hard part of it is they have to take responsibility for their own actions before they can start to heal, which
Yeah.
is really hard when you've been slapped with, you have an abusive narcissistic father or mother. You've been slam dunked all your life.
Yeah, this is not just from relationships. This is like from childhood too, right? A lot of people did not have good upbringings or happy, healthy parents or
A lot of spirit.
a lot of love or
Yeah, a lot of people like you and I, we came into really sick families because we thought, oh, we'll give them a chance to get better. So
yeah, why did I?
yeah, who
Never
knows?
mind.
Yeah,
Never mind. I'm tired of questioning it.
yeah, but we chose that. We thought, well, we're spiritual. We can get in and we can maybe give them a chance. And maybe we did. Who knows?
Mine keeps coming up. Why did I choose to come into a life where I knew my daughters were going to die?
I can't answer that one, honestly. I wish I could, because
Me neither.
I've asked that myself, why?
I
And
don't think anybody's going to give me an answer on that one.
not one you're going to, maybe when we pass over to the other side, you'll get an
Oh,
answer.
sure. I'm going to know the answer then. It's not
Yeah,
doing me any good now.
yeah. But sometimes I think about people, I think when they get to the other side, they're going to be sorry. But I don't do that anymore, really.
Jennifer Schwab says, I hope he comes back as one of my future grandchildren. That would be so lovely. Thank you for helping me feel better about the loss of them. It was difficult, but I feel good that they're around family.
You know, they are that they never, people don't realize that when they have miscarriages and things, often they just come in to either get acclimatized and they come back as a next baby, or they just want to be around your family because they have lots to learn just by being in association, which is not fun when you lose somebody you love, but it does happen. Hey, Maria.
Maria. Hello, Maria. Does she have a message from her guides?
Okay.
Can't she just ask her own guides?
Probably can actually. Maria's been around here for a while.
I'm
Uh,
just joking, Maria.
no, she's pretty good actually.
She is.
Yeah. Let's see, hang on. So this you want not going to want to hear, Maria. Don't worry about your son as much. He's going through a stage. He's coming out of that stage. In fact, things are starting to move, and he's probably going to be really upset for a little while. The best you can do is just be there to support him. It, don't go, I told you so. Whatever you do, don't go, I told you so. And just be there. Be the best mom you can. And I can't.
I would say that too. Just be there for them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you have the two granddaughters. You were there for them a lot now, because I think Christmas might be. I'm not sure how Christmas is going to be. Make lots of food. Food.
For me?
No,
For me?
for
Oh,
Maria. You don't need to
okay.
make lots of
Well,
food.
Maria probably makes a lot of food anyway.
I don't know. Every time I talk to Maria, I see churros and things, and I think, oh, I want them. I think Christmas might be as balanced you possibly can over Christmas. Have as much fun as you can, but stay in balance. Okay. Good luck with that.
And that's pretty much it, I think. So we could probably go back to Aram now. She just wanted to know if there was any messages from her guides.
The guides would like you to start talking to them directly instead of and she thinks that you should do an interactive, by the way. So do I.
To who?
Aram. Yeah, Aram is really good. She's a really powerful healer, and she gets lots of information. But I do think an interactive would be really good for you.
I think that would be good too. Then she can give me some information.
Yeah, she is a fantastic healer.
I could use some of that.
Yeah. Well, you two are a very good healer, so that should be it. Oh, we got 5 likes. Nice. I like that. Thank you very much.
Yes, actually, that's awesome. Likes are good.
Yes. And
well, I'm going to ask you now.
Oh, okay.
What do my guides see for my next week?
For your next week. I know you too well.
I know. That's the problem.
Yes. Okay. So there's this man that you know. And you haven't talked to him for about 2-3 weeks. I think he's going to reach out and talk to you. Because that was what I saw. Big letter on your name. And being who he is, because I know who he is, he's not going to let you in emotionally, but he's there to support you emotionally. Though he too needs support, but he's never going to admit it.
I know who you're talking. I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about. And no, like I said, he's got so many walls up around him that I don't think anybody's ever going to break through them.
Probably not, but
not even me.
But he does need. So the best you can do is give him laughter, and that'll be good for you too. Giving him having laughter in his life.
Well, he does comment that I make him laugh.
Saying, "How dare you interfere in my life?" But we're not. So I would recommend you give him the gift of laughter.
I try. Every time I see him, he always comments that you made me laugh again.
Yeah, and that's what he needs more than anything else. When he's ready to break down the walls, he will come down like the walls of Jericho, with the horn, and it'll come down.
You think those walls will come down?
I'm not sure. It could be this lifetime. Could not. Yeah, it could be tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Maybe next year. But the chances of them coming down, actually, they're 49%. So it's not that hard.
Well, it's not impossible, right?
Not impossible. Probability, no, because he's a tough egg. But I do know that he genuinely cares for you. As a human being to human being, he genuinely cares for you.
Which is another confusing thing, because I know that too, but he just does not reach out.
Yeah, and he worries about you. He doesn't want you to get to know him too well, but that's his walls.
Yeah, I know that.
So whatever you do, don't let him listen to this video.
I doubt very much he does.
I doubt he does too. Otherwise, I would shut up.
But you never know. He could be incognito out there somewhere.
Yep, I think so. There's a few. So,
all right. Well, thank you.
thank you. It's been a blast, and I really appreciate it.
Jennifer, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say thank you both. Jennifer says, thank you both for your time and energy. It's appreciated so much. I pray you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Love and light. Namaste.
Amen.
And Jennifer also says, I'm so sorry for your loss and your pain, Maddie.
Yeah.
It's a long, hard road, and I just try and make it through one day at a time.
One thing about Jennifer is that she's a genuinely caring soul.
And Jennifer also says, your meditations are as healing as well, Maddie. So I do meditations on Elijah's YouTube every second Wednesday, except for this last couple of weeks have been a whole
I did a
kerfuffle. But this Wednesday, we're going to get back to the meditation, right?
I have nothing going on that I know of.
No, I don't think I'm pretty wide open. I don't have anything booked for anything for, I think, the next 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, I'm not.
And even at that, it's during the daytime, not while we would do meditations. So
yeah, I'm not planning.
Cayenne
if there's any other questions.
says, thanks for the reading. Can I ask if there's any other messages for me, if I'm allowed to ask?
And I don't honestly know if I can, because I kind of hit a wall just a minute ago, but I will see what I can do.
Well, we have been just about an hour and 15 minutes, so.
Yeah, but I kind of let the energy go, so I don't know.
Thank you, Tate. You have a great day too, the rest of your day.
Yeah, they're
And the same with you, Jennifer. Well,
family.
for all of you wonderful people on here, I hope the rest of your day goes wonderful and your week.
Yeah, they're family after a while, Kane. Okay, this is very personal, Kane. And as light workers, this is what happens. We don't look after ourselves. We look after other people. And that's hiding. Stop hiding from yourself. Allow yourself to look at who you are face on. And to your amazement, you're going to find that who you truly are is awesome. So stop looking after everybody else. Look after yourself first. 49%, you look after yourself first. 51% in service to others second. But it's time for you to look at you and go, oh my God, I'm really cool. All right? Because you are really cool. Under that facade you put over of buffering, and a lot of people are afraid to look at themselves because they think they're evil. Truth is, you're not. So look behind the facade, see who you are, and glory in it. Okay? That's not my words. They're your guide's words. Go for it. And I think we're going to call it right now because I'm done.
And thank you, everybody, for being here.
Yeah.
Hit that like button.
Please, and share. Tell them how wonderful we are and how funny we are.
Maybe not today. My funny's not a top priority today, but normally we do pretty good.
We were good enough. Okay, bye. Take care, everybody.